All of our members and chapters are responsible for following all laws, federal, state, city, and local ordinances when it comes to both alcohol and controlled substances. Each chapter must also follow their own university and college policies as well. This means that no person may possess, use, provide, distribute, sell, or manufacture any federally illegal drugs or other controlled substances while on fraternity or chapter premises or at any event sponsored or endorsed by the fraternity or chapter. It's important to remember that Alpha Kappa Psi is a professional organization, so our events and alcohol usage at those events should be geared toward developing future business leaders. Keep in mind that a fraternity event is considered any event where a reasonable person would associate the event with the fraternity. When the chapter decides that it wants to host an event with alcohol present, there are two acceptable options. The first option, most preferred by the fraternity, is for alcohol to be provided and sold on a per-drink basis by a licensed and insured third-party vendor. For example, this could mean hosting the event at a location with a bar or hiring a catering company for your event. The other acceptable option is a bring-your-own-bottle, or BYOB event, where members and invited guests of the legal drinking age may bring and consume alcoholic beverages. The fraternity's general principle is you should only be drinking alcohol you brought or paid for at fraternity events. Sharing alcohol through common source containers like kegs or punch bowls would not comply with the BYOB policy. The fraternity also prohibits drinking games and does not allow alcohol products above 15% ABV at chapter events. It is important to recognize that most liquors fall into this category. If you're hosting an event with another organization, they are required to follow our policies as well. This means if you're co-hosting an event with another fraternity, for instance, the event must only use the two alcohol options previously mentioned. Chapters must also be very selective when choosing businesses to co-sponsor events with. While chapters can rent a room at a bar for a private event, they cannot co-sponsor an event for the public with any business centered around serving alcohol. We call these taverns, but they're also commonly known as breweries or vineyards or bars. There are exceptions for charitable events, but make sure you check with your chapter educational resource coordinator or fraternity volunteer before committing to the event. Finally, remember that we must follow federal laws when it comes to controlled substances and cannot partner with dispensaries. Regardless of the chosen method for hosting an event, alcoholic beverages must not be purchased using fraternity, chapter, or pledge class funds. Additionally, funds cannot be pooled or collected by members or guests to purchase alcohol in whole or in part. Specifically, the fraternity does not allow events with admission fees, cover fees, or drinking tickets which provide for alcohol. Put simply, if a member is drinking alcohol, it must be alcohol they've purchased directly with their own money. Chapters must plan safe and responsible events, so when alcohol is present, the fraternity has a few requirements. The chapter should take precautions to prevent excessive drinking and underage drinking. Chapters must refuse admission to any member or guest that arrives at an event appearing intoxicated. The chapter must designate non-drinking members and ensure non-alcoholic beverages are present for the entirety of each event. Chapters, members, or guests must not permit, encourage, or participate in activities promoting the rapid consumption of alcohol, such as drinking games. Also keep in mind that alcohol and drugs may not be present at any event or activity related to recruitment, induction, the midterm interview, court of honor, or initiation processes. Events where pledges are present may never have alcohol present. Chapters are required to report any investigations of their chapter or their members to the fraternity staff within 72 hours. This includes any investigations by schools, university departments, or law enforcement agencies. For any additional questions regarding reporting or the policy, please visit the MyAKPsi community or contact your chapter educational resource coordinator on staff. For assistance in determining the coordinator for your region, please visit akpsi.org/staff. Thank you for listening to this program. If you have ideas for future webinar or e-learning topics or suggestions to improve this program, please email education@akpsi.org.